GM, and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to yet another community call for BOB. As usual, we've been keeping our cadence. We've been super regular, first Friday of every month. And for this August, we're going to be recapping everything we've done on product side, on integrations, on the ecosystem. And there's a lot of alpha. And we have none other than BOB co-founder Alexei to walk us through it, as usual. As always, this community call is being recorded on X, so make sure to retweet it out, comment, share it with your friends if your friends are not around here. Make sure you share it with them afterwards. This is also going to be uploaded on YouTube. So as usual, I'll pass it on to Alexei to go through the deck. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me, feel free to ask questions on X, and hope you enjoy the slides.
All right, so yeah, welcome everyone to our monthly call. We'll start with the classical recap. So reminder what we're doing at BOB. So BOB is building the Bank of Bitcoin. We've been building on Bitcoin for the last 10 years. We have started as academics, as researchers. We worked on cross-chain bridges. We co-authored the BitVM2 paper. We did a lot of work on figuring out how to make Bitcoin more useful. And at BOB today, our mission is to essentially build the banking rails for Bitcoin and the future of finance. The way this works under the hood is you have BOB Gateway, which allows you to trade native BTC. It's our swaps and execution engine that will in the future be expanded to lending, earn products, and other use cases. On top of that, you have consumer finance products. So trading, which is our focus today, saving, spending, and borrowing against your Bitcoin, which are things that are on the roadmap. And you can already use Bitcoin on the BOB Earn page today as well. So the vision is to let you use your Bitcoin, essentially build generational wealth for yourself, for your family, and do this in a trust minimized way with one click from one single interface and essentially build on top of that. So monthly highlights. What have we been up to? We have a few big announcements this month. We have continued to expand the integration list of BOB Gateway. And one of the big ones this month was Socket and Bungee. Socket is a leading cross-chain routing protocol and API. It's used by many leading aggregators and wallets, for example, Coinbase Wallet. Bungee is their own app that allows you to trade different assets in the crypto space within one single interface. They've done over 30 billion in volume across 5 million addresses, and they support over 50 chains. And now they launched Bitcoin support. Finally, 50 chains later, Bitcoin is now on the table. Bitcoin is now supported in the Socket API and on the Bungee app. BOB is a day one BTC partner with our BOB Gateway product. So now trades that you do on Socket and on Bungee will be routed through BOB Gateway specifically for BTC pairs. What does this mean? This means that all Bungee users that want to buy and sell BTC can now do so, and this volume will be routed through the BOB Gateway solver network. And over the next weeks, BOB Gateway will also be rolled out to Socket integrators, so Coinbase Wallet and others, as they activate BTC trading powered by Socket's interface. So this is a really big step. This is really great for BOB Gateway. This means more distribution, more volume, more users. And most users won't even notice that their BTC trading is routed through BOB Gateway, except that they get the best pricing, best execution, and the best trading speeds. Another big announcement that just happened yesterday is Oku. BOB is the chosen BTC partner for Oku Trade. For those of you who are not familiar, Oku is the premier alternative front-end for Uniswap v3. They work with many new chains and Uniswap and essentially help deploy the Uniswap contracts and launch their own improved Uniswap front-end. They also run a big and well-known meta aggregator that covers 35 chains and dozens of DEXs and sub-providers. It's pretty well known among DeFi power users who want to get the best rates and actually compare across different aggregators and make sure they get the best execution. Oku has now launched Bitcoin trading as well, powered by BOB Gateway. BOB is the only BTC provider and exclusive partner of Bitcoin trading for Oku. which means DeFi power users who use Oku for their day-to-day DeFi applications, whether it's trading, whether it's one-click depositing into DeFi positions. Oku also recently launched RWA investment platform. If you want to do this with BTC, take your earnings in Bitcoin, buy and sell, all of this will be routed through the BOB Gateway solver network, which means, again, more users, more volume that will be using the BOB products. Something more on the internal side, we keep improving our routing engine to make sure we can always deliver the best pricing and best execution. This month, we added Across to the BOB internal routing engine. So Across is now one of our routing partners. This means, again, more redundancy, better speed, and lower cost for our users. The more providers we add that are reliable, the better the execution and reliability is for you as a user and also for our integration clients. Now, so another highlight that's worth mentioning is that we are launching white glove services. This is specifically for those who like to trade larger amounts, might have questions, may prefer to talk directly to the team, are frequent power users of BTC trading on BOB, but also on other platforms. If you're looking for white glove support, you can now sign up on vip.gobob.xyz. If you are trading actively on BOB Gateway and trading size, you probably have already received an invitation to join this VIP program. This program allows you to get white glove support, to get a direct channel to our team. You may be able to qualify for preferential pricing and discounts and other benefits such as special referrals and invites to exclusive events and also early access to our new features. So if you're a power user, if you trade Bitcoin often on chain, or if you're considering and you're not sure where to get started, definitely check it out and sign up at vip.gobob.xyz. We'll be rolling this out gradually to a few users at a time. So if you've signed up but you don't get an invite immediately, please be patient. Our team will be going through the invites. We already caught quite a bit of interest here, so it might take us some time to get back, but we will definitely get back to you and help you get started with Bitcoin trading on chain. Now, other product updates. So these were just the highlights, but there is so much more happening every month. So what else? We have added support for HyperEVM. This means you can now deposit and trade BTC to USDT and USDC on HyperEVM, which means that BOB Gateway is now the easiest way to get Bitcoin in and out of Hyperliquid if you are a power user on Hyperliquid. So again, another big venue added to our supported chain list. We also added support for JPYC. JPYC is the first Japanese stablecoin. And we added this actually as part of our trip to WebEx in Japan to essentially work closer with partners in Tokyo and other Japanese cities to bring their users to, well, let their users trade on chain and make it super easy for you to buy BTC and sell BTC if you have the JPYC stablecoin. And this is, just one of the many initiatives that we launched to make it easier for users worldwide to buy and sell and trade Bitcoin. Again, more assets and more chains. One-click Bitcoin swaps are now live on Avalanche and Polygon. So we've added 2 more chains that make it easier for you to trade Bitcoin. Avalanche and Polygon are 2 very well-known chains that have been around for quite some time. Polygon, obviously very well known for Polymarket and other use cases. They have been in the space for quite some time, and there's always demand for BTC. Same on Avalanche. And last but not least, another highlight from the asset listing side, we now support XAUt trading on BNB Chain and on Avalanche, completing essentially our gold initiative. So we now support all the major tokenized gold routes and will continue providing services for tokenized gold trading. This fits very well into our hard money positioning, right? Bitcoin and gold are probably the 2 hardest money types that you have apart from the dollar, probably. So this means that you can now invest and diversify into gold and Bitcoin directly in one interface on gobob.xyz. Now, we keep adding and listing more assets, so I can't go through all of them. We've listed 34 new EVM-to-EVM swaps. What does that mean? Of course, while BOB specializes in BTC to stablecoin to ERC20 trading across different chains, we, of course, also want you and our integrators to allow to trade other assets as well within the same app, within the same integration. So we keep adding blue chip assets, and we do this by looking at what are the best routes, where can we add a better pricing than our competitors, and then we list these assets. So we've added stable coins, we've added more gold pairs, we've added more BTC denominated pairs, and we'll be rolling out even more BTC wrappers in the next 2 weeks. So in a week or two from now, Bob will have the most comprehensive trading experience for BTC in DeFi. So if you are using Bitcoin in DeFi, if you have a wrapper, you want to sell it, you want to transfer it back to Bitcoin, you want to switch between CBTC or Wrap BTC or Solve BTC or LBTC, we've got you covered. We'll have the most comprehensive one-stop shop for Bitcoin DeFi. So if you want to figure out how to use Bitcoin in DeFi, the best place to do so will be on the Bob app. Now, more on the research side, obviously we have a pretty strong research background, and this is something that happened, again, as part of our previous research efforts, but BitVM 1, the original BitVM paper that was co-authored together with Robin Linus and researchers from TU Vienna, was accepted at AFT, which is an A-level blockchain and security conference. We worked together on this paper actually a while back, but the TU Vienna team has now gotten it accepted and published at a peer-reviewed conference, which again just proves how much impact the BitVM research has on the blockchain and research community. This is a nice kind of reminder that research is super important, and that the Bob team continuously works with the top research institutions and universities worldwide to advance Bitcoin and on-chain finance for BTC holders. Something that kind of falls also this category, it's a nice reminder. We recently checked this out ourselves and remembered, well, that we actually published quite a few papers over the years. And by now, the Bob Labs research team has published over 30 scientific peer-reviewed papers that have received over 2,000 citations. Do with this info what you will. We're probably one of the leading research teams in the Bitcoin space. There's very few other teams, probably apart from Blockstream and universities, that have done more research and contributed more to the Bitcoin research ecosystem. Of course, a lot of credit to also ZeroSync and a lot of universities that are working in the space. And we'll continue collaborating with our partners on essentially pushing and advancing Bitcoin and improving applications, security, and everything else that you can do with your BTC. Wrapping up today's update with a few more fun things from the community side. So we keep hosting events with our community members and partners. We had one Padel event at ETH Global in Lisbon. And again, if you are interested to host a community event for the Bob community in your city, in your town, definitely reach out and let us know. We have an ongoing initiative to bootstrap Bob communities around the world and educate more people about Bitcoin and how they can use Bitcoin in on-chain finance, help them custody it, educate them also about the risks, things like the cold card incident. So if you're interested to host an event, reach out to us and we're happy to collaborate. And last but not least, a shout out to one of our community members. We always love to see the tools that we build used in the wild to do cool new things. This time, Eric gets the shout out. He used the BOB Gateway CLI, which is a very nice toolkit to let your agents get access to Bitcoin transactions, do Bitcoin payments, Bitcoin trading. And he built something quite fun. The BOB Gateway CLI allows you to make inscriptions on Bitcoin, so build custom transactions and execute them from Ethereum or other EVM chains without having to deal with Bitcoin wallets. So DAOs, multi-sig smart contracts on Ethereum can trigger Bitcoin transactions and Bitcoin payments. And he built a nice demo and prototype of how you can use Ethereum smart contract to trigger inscriptions on Bitcoin. And even though ordinals perhaps are no longer as hot, we are sure to see more inscriptions and essentially more advanced transaction types where there's interest to make these from an Ethereum multisig, from a DAO directly on Bitcoin. The cool thing is that now using this tooling, DAOs and smart contracts on Ethereum can actually pay users directly in Bitcoin. So you can, if you have stablecoins and your counterpart accepts only BTC, no problem. Your DAO or smart contract can essentially send money on Ethereum and your recipient actually gets it in Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. With that, thank you again for tuning in. We'll be back next month with more updates. We have a lot of things on the roadmap. We continue improving the BOB Gateway Swaps product. We've been seeing quite nice growth over the last couple of weeks in terms of volume and new users. So if you're looking to trade Bitcoin against other assets on chain, BOB is the best place to do that. And definitely check out our VIP program if you are a power user or require support, and especially if you want to trade in size. Otherwise, see you on the first Friday of September. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.